everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It is your boy Void Kage, and I am back with another video. Work has been a bitch. I already told you guys that in the last video. Fuck my work. I hate my life. I want to die. I am back. Like I said in the last video, Sundays will probably be the only time I'll get off to record videos. So that's gonna be a problem. Anyway, I already announced stuff in the last video. If you didn't watch the last video, please watch it. Please. I beg you. Work has been a bitch, like I've said multiple times. I barely get time to write scripts. Oh, something I forgot to say in the last video. I am actually planning on making a different version of a cheated on what if. Let me guys know if you guys want to see that. I will be making a cheated on No 2 and a betrayed series. So look out for that. That'll be future what ifs to come. I'm really trying to push out what ifs harder than normal. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into the video. Now where we last left off, Izuku had just came in first place using his Tail Beast cloak. After Izuku came in first, then we would have Todoroki and Bakugou coming in third. Everyone else would come in the same space they came in canon, and yeah. Now Midnight would be explaining the cavalry battle, and Izuku would be shitting bricks. He would notice that not a lot of people want to team up with him because all of a sudden he has this new power that he's just showing off, and people don't fear it, but they don't understand it. Izuku was never able to do this. He only had super strength, so a lot of people would be cautious. All Might wouldn't have known about this yet because Izuku hadn't told him about him finding out that he's a reincarnation of Kurama. So not really looking good for Izuku right now. Everyone would be teaming up, and Uraraka would still end up coming to Izuku's team because, you know, she has a crush on your boy. So developing power that makes people want to shit themselves doesn't really negate love, I guess. Anyway, off of my rant. Tokiyami would still end up joining, and along with Mei Hatsume. The plan would still be the same as canon, but just replace Izuku using One For All with his Tail Beast cloak. Izuku would be demolishing the tests, using his chakra hand to grab a lot of headbands. Even when Todoroki ended up stealing their 10 million point headband, Izuku would still have enough to be in second place. Now we get to the fights. The fights would be as follows: Izuku versus Shinso, Todoroki versus Sero, Bakugou versus Kaminari, Uraraka versus Eijiro, and basically the rest as in canon. Just those fights are different in this timeline. Now, Izuku versus Shinso. Izuku would get into a ring along with Shinso, and Shinso would still be bad-mouthing Izuku's classmates and saying how Izuku had such an amazing quirk and he doesn't know how it feels to suffer. Izuku would then snap and berate Shinso. He would tell Shinso that not everyone's quirk is something powerful. It was once dangerous and they might not have known how to control it in the end, but they put in a lot of effort. As soon as Izuku was done with his rant, Shinso would say, "Got him." As Shinso's power would take hold of Izuku for 10 seconds, and then by the time of Shinso telling Izuku to get out of the ring, Izuku would have already been snapped out of it. Two chakra hands would sprout from Izuku's sides, grabbing Shinso and bringing him towards Izuku. Izuku would raise his leg, kneeing Shinso in the gut, sending him flying out of the ring. Now, I mind you, this is a chakra enhanced along with a One For All knee. So Shinso's out like a freaking light. There's no coming back for him after that. Midnight would announce that Izuku had won the first round, and everyone would be impressed with Izuku. Izuku suddenly develops this new power, and he's overpowered now. He's no longer breaking his bones while using his quirk, and he's by far a lot stronger, maybe the strongest in the class at this point. Now Todoroki and Bakugou hearing this, they would be seething. How dare people say Izuku, the shitty nerd, or in Todoroki's case, Midoriya. How could they say just because he awakened a new part of his quirk, he's the strongest in the class? No one decides that but their power. No one knows how strong they are, so they'll prove it right here and right now. Sorry for the background noise if you guys hear it. I can't stop the dogs, I don't own them. Anyway, back to the video. Now, Izuku would head back to the waiting rooms, and Todoroki would go up against Sero, and it'll basically be like canon, if I'm being honest. So yeah. Now we have Bakugou versus Kaminari. Bakugou and Kaminari would step into the ring, and it would get pretty intense. Kaminari would release small bursts of electricity while Bakugou got close, but in the end he would end up going over his limit, hitting Bakugou with the attack, but Bakugou would immediately regain his mobility and send himself flying into Denki, sending Denki out of the ring. People would be impressed that Denki managed to hold off Bakugou, especially people in his class. They wouldn't have thought Denki would have just went all out, but Denki was thinking in this round. He was going up against Bakugou, one of the most strongest kids in their class, and he had to be careful. He couldn't just go in guns blazing hoping that his electricity would hit. Now next we have Uraka versus the Red Shark himself, Kirishima. Kirishima would immediately rush Uraka, with Uraka managing to dodge and grabbing Kirishima, making him weightless and swinging him out of the ring. What do you guys expect? Kirishima would actually win? You make me laugh. Anyway, the rest of the matches would go on as canon, but now we have the fight you all been waiting for. Todoroki versus Izuku. Todoroki would start off the fight with a big-ass glacier, with Izuku using at least a three-tailed cloak to use his tails to swat away the ice, making it melt and some of it getting sent at Todoroki. Todoroki would try and shield himself, but that's exactly what Izuku wanted. Izuku would have used two chakra hands, anchoring himself close to Todoroki and slingshotting himself close. He would knee Todoroki in the gut, then using a chakra hand, grabbing Todoroki before he could get out of bounds, bringing him back into the ring and slamming a fist in his face, knocking Todoroki to the ground. Izuku's chakra hand would then pick up Todoroki and sending flying in the air, with Izuku charging up a small Bijudama. This wouldn't even take a couple minutes to charge. He would just charge a quick 3-second Bijudama and send it flying at Todoroki. Todoroki would instinctively use his fire to try and move the Bijudama. It actually would, but it would explode on contact, sending Todoroki flying in the air. Todoroki would be a couple feet in the air higher than he was. If you're wanting an rough estimate, I think he would be at least 250 feet in the air. Todoroki used his flames to hover himself down and managing to anchor himself to the arena. Todoroki would see Izuku rushing at him on all fours, and he would make a ice glacier once again, but Izuku would honestly just swat it away. Todoroki would be forced to use the same attack he used in canon, and Izuku would charge up a Vermilion Rasengan. Him and Todoroki would slam these attacks into the walls that Cementos made to try and stop them, and that would cause Todoroki to be sent flying outside, because right as Izuku made contact, he would have let go of the Rasengan, sending it into Todoroki's attack while simultaneously going backwards, flipping in the air and charging a Bijudama for at least 8 seconds, sending it with the Rasengan, and it would explode on contact with Todoroki's attack, sending Todoroki rocketing into the stands. Todoroki would ironically hit Endeavor in the face, and the two of them would be slammed onto the floor. Everyone would be roaring in excitement, saying that was one of the most badass fights that they've ever seen. Everyone would basically say that Izuku is a powerhouse and does not need to be on that level. He shouldn't be that strong for a first year. Everyone in his class would be honestly amazed at Izuku. He's never shown that type of brutality, and he's never been that strong. Well, he's been almost that strong, but he would always break his bones after one use. This new power would honestly make them fearful, but some of them would think that it's the same old Izuku. He's just taking things a lot more seriously than certain people in the class. Bakugou would be honestly ecstatic to be fighting this version of Izuku. He would think that it's perfect to show people how strong he is. He would show them how strong he really is, and he would do it all against a strong enough opponent. Now, the fight between Bakugou and Morocco would go as canon. There's nothing really changing there. Basically, every fight after this would go as canon. So yeah, who Todoroki fought, Izuku would honestly win against, and now we have the final fight. Bakugou versus Izuku, or if you want to call him, Kurama. All this time, Izuku has been a bit quiet. He wouldn't really answer people's questions with more than 3 words, but he would start off. Bakugou, I don't want to hurt you, so just forfeit. What the hell did you just say to me, you damn nerd? Okay, it's your fault, not mine. As Izuku would immediately go up to 4 tails. People would start realizing that the more tails that Izuku uses, the stronger his attacks might be, or the stronger he's getting, or the more energy he's putting out. That would be their honest what they would observe from Izuku, and they're not wrong. Bakugou would see that he was using more tails than he used on Todoroki, so he would think that Izuku's going all out. Bakugou would rush at Izuku, with Izuku dodging out of the way, using a chakra hand, grabbing Bakugou from the back of the head and swinging him down, slamming him into the ground. He would then use a chakra hand to grab Bakugou and swing him in the air, jumping up, meeting Bakugou, and slamming a Rasengan in Bakugou's stomach. Now the attack would create a big crater with Bakugou, but Bakugou would shake it off, even though he's bleeding like hell. Bakugou would rush at Izuku with a Howitzer impact, with Izuku taking the full brunt of it. Izuku being sent flying through the ring, but he would manage to anchor himself before he went out of bounds. Izuku would then rush at Bakugou, using all of his chakra hands and his regular hands to absolutely do a combo rush on Bakugou. Bakugou would be feeling so much pain that he would honestly pass out right then and there, but his body would still be moving based on pure instinct. Bakugou would slam a big explosion into Izuku's face, basically a big enough explosion like the one he used on Uraraka's attack. And everyone would be shocked at this, seeing that Bakugou would use that much force. But some people would notice that Bakugou was unconscious, but they were just waiting on others to realize that. Izuku then come rushing out of the clouds, but right as he was about to lay the finishing blow on Bakugou, Bakugou would be just standing there, not moving, not responding to anything. People would notice that Bakugou had been knocked out on his feet after using that final explosion. Everyone would honestly be roaring in excitement, saying that this sports festival was the best one yet, and they would honestly be looking out for these rookies because of their pure power, basically. Anyway, that's where I'll be leaving off the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. The noise is getting to my head, and I have some more stuff to do. Anyway, this has been your boy Void Kage. Remember what I said in the last video. I would be editing these 2 videos. I'll try a new style of editing, so let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoy. See you next time. Peace.
Yeah, that gas go straight towards my brain. On the screaming, yeah, they screaming underneath. Tryna go, but they always tryna